Hello students, how are you? My name is Fikru Marga. Today I am going to teach grade 10 physics, the fourth lesson. Last class we see about chapter 5, that is introduction to basic electronics. Under this we are going to see about thermonic emissions. Thermonic emission is emission of electron from the heated surface of the metal. When metal is heated, electrons start to emit from this metal surface. The emitted electron is pulled toward the anode since the anode is at potentials. So we see about vacuum tube. The vacuum tube contains the electrode, cathode, and anode. Then cathode is at a negative potential and anode is at a positive potential. Student, today we are going to see about semiconductor impurity doping. Doping means adding semiconductor to the other atoms. For example, introducing extra charge carrier to semiconductor material is what we call doping. Student, doping means adding semiconductor material to the other atoms. And when semiconductor increase their conductivity by introducing what? Extra charge carrier to semiconductor lattice. We say that semiconductor become good conductor of electricity by two ways. One is by adding impurity, the next one is by rising its temperatures. So extrinsic semiconductor is semiconductor that is doped. So let's see majority in the minority charge carriers. If phosphorus atom or an atom which have 5 valence electron in outermost shell form a bond with some semiconductor material, for example silicon, after they form bonding, there is one free electron is left. So this, for example, phosphorus have 5 valence electron in outermost shells. But semiconductor like silicon have 4 valence electron in outermost shell. Therefore, there is 4 valence electrons surround these phosphorus atoms. After they form bonding, one free electron is left. Look this one diagram. Arsenic is a semiconductor, an atom which has 5 valence electron in outermost shell. After they form covalent bonds with semiconductor that is silicon, there is 1 electron is left. This 1 electron is moved to the neither atom. It find a holes. Donating 1 electron, the atoms become N-type semiconductor. Form N-type semiconductor is formed. This is when an atom which have 5 valence electron in outermost shell forms a bond with semiconductor such as silicon. They have 1 free electron. This free electron is moved to the other atoms. Donating 1 electron become N-type semiconductor is formed. And when boron has 3 valence electron in outermost shell and the form is bonded with silicon atom, there is a lack of 1 electron. Since there is a lack of 1 electron, this hole is formed. So boron atom accepts 1 electron from the neighboring atoms. Accepting 1 electron, the atom is become positively charged. Therefore, p-type semiconductor is formed. Students, now after this you can differentiate how p-type semiconductor and n-type semiconductor is formed. This is the way p-type and n-type semiconductor is formed. Let's see p-n junctions. The p-n junction. Suppose the p-n-type semiconductor in contact with the n-type. At the junction where they meet, some of the n-type semiconductor electrons move toward some of the p-type holes. Why is that? The p-type semiconductor become negatively charged and the n-type semiconductor become positively charged. They exchange charges at the depletion layer. Look the diagram. Here the p-type holes is moved to the n-type, the negative electron moves to the p-type, then the n-type become positively charged and the p-type is become negatively charged. Depletion layer is formed. When this is formed, there is no current. There is no current at low potential. So when the junction is formed, there is no current. Now, in the depletion zone, there is no more holes. So it forms non-conducting strip which block all current. As I says, when the exchanger electrons, the holes with n-type, the electron with the p-type, depletion layer is formed. At this depletion layer, no electron is flow. So let's see forward and let's see about forward and reverse bias directions. So when positive terminal of the battery is connected to the P type and the negative terminal of the battery is connected to the N type, the type of junction formed is forward bias junction. And when the negative terminal of the battery is connected to the P type and the positive terminal of the battery is connected to the N type, the type of junction is reverse bias junction. Look at the diagram. In this case, P type semiconductor is connected to the negative terminal and N type is connected to the positive terminal. In this case, reverse bias junction. When the P-type semiconductor is connected to positive terminal and the N-type semiconductor connected to the negative terminal, the type of junction is what we call forward bias junction. Forward bias junction. So, in forward direction, silicon require about 0.6 volt before conduction will start. Before conduction will start, the silicon requires 0.6 volts. So in another direction, notice that there will be tiny linkage current. If the reverse potential becomes too great for the device, the barrier at the junction breaks and point large current to flow. Look at the diagram. This is at reverse direction. In this reverse direction or reverse bias, no current flow we say. So no does not conduct in this reverse bias. In case of forward, there is a silicon atom requires 0.6 volt to start to emit electron, that is to produce a current. As the voltage increases, the current is also increased. In case of this forward bias direction. So this is how to the forward gives the current and the reverse was no current. So let's see some semiconductor device. There is different types of semiconductor device. Among these, the diode is the one. Diode is what? Electron component which have two electrodes. The first one is cathode and the next one is diode. So this is the device for a diode. This is a symbol given for a diode. This is a symbol given for a diode and as a device for the diode. And semiconductor diode forward from layer of P-type semiconductor joined to layer of N-type semiconductors. And the other device of semiconductor light dependent resistor. What we call light dependent resistors. A light dependent resistor is conduct electricity, but in the dark it has very high resistance. This light dependent resistor is depend on light. In the dark it has high resistance. When it has a light, it's low resistance. And this is the device for light dependent resistors. And this is the symbol given for light dependent resistors. And let's see thermosistors. Thermosistor is a piece of semiconductor for material that has high resistance in cold season. The resistance drop as it becomes what? Warm. This thermosistor is what? High resistance when it is cold, and low, the resistance drop when it is warm or hot. This is a device for thermosistors, and this is a symbol given for thermosistors. And the next one is variable resistance. This is obviously what we know in grade 8. This is a symbol given for variable resistance, device given for variable resistance, and this is a symbol given for variable resistance. And light dependent diode, it depends on light to give a light. When there is no light, it does not give a light. It have different colors. This light dependent emitted diode have different colors: red, green, blue, white. When there is a light, it gives a different color. This is what a device given for light emitted diode. This is a symbol given for a light emitted diode. And the next that is important in our discussion is transistors. This transistor is very significant semiconductor components. This is a symbol, is a device for transistors. This is what the symbol given for the transistors. This transistors has three terminals: the base, the collector, and the emitter. That is what we are going to look about these three terminals. And let's see about photodiodes. This is another device for semiconductors. The photodiode has light-sensitive diode used to detect light or to measure intensity. This is used to measure intensity. And the photovoltaic cells, it is also another device of semiconductors. It is type of a solar cells. A solar cell. It is made from p-type semiconductors. This is a device of photovoltaic cells, and this is a symbol given for photovoltaic cells. A student, you should have to know about the symbol given for semiconductor and the device given for semiconductor, because it is important. You are asked to know about the symbol and the device. You should have to differentiate and the symbol and the device for each semiconductor device. And let's see about rectification. We say that semiconductor is used for rectifying DC from AC. Now, using PN junction, we can rectify a current. Using a diode allows current to flow only in one direction. This is what we have seen in previous class. Since it allows the flow of current in one direction, for example, if you look this diagram, above this line, there is a current. Below this line, this dot line, there is no current. In half cycle, there is a current. In half cycle, there is no current. This shows that a diode allows the flow of current only in one direction. This is a diagram show more about the PN junction rectifications. And the next our topic is 5.4, that is transistors. Transistors. Student, there are bipolar transistors. Bi means it is a Greek word, a two. It is a two. That means, therefore, two types of transistors are there. The first one is P-N-P transistors. And the next one is N-P-N transistors. These two types of transistors are there. And also, transistors has three terminals. Those terminals of transistors are base, common base, collector, and what? Emitter. So, transistors of this type have three terminals to this. One to each semiconductor rail. The connection of the central is the base. The outermost two is the collector and the emitter. So the base layer has extremely very thin. The base layer, the central one is extremely thin. And the collector must be arranged so as to be in physical contact with and surround as much of the base as possible. So the base is at the central, the collector and the emitter is the outer part of the two. The outer part of the two. Look this diagram. Now, this is NPN transistors. Here is the base term, the center. The collector and the emitter is out of the two branches. It's connected by the two ways. And this is how the current is flow. Because P-type is connected to the positive terminal, the current starts from the collector to the emitter, and from the collector to the base, and then to the emitter. And this is the second transistors. We say that two types of transistors are there. PNP transistor. Here is the symbol. Here is how the current is flow. So a diode said to be forward if the voltage of the source is connected to the positive terminal of the P and the negative terminal to the N type. We say that a forward biased. This is how the current is flow. How the current, this is a base, this is a collector, from the collector to the base, from the base to the emitter. Then transistor, let's see about transistor characteristics. Transistor has three terminals, so one of them is inevitable by be common to both. Then base is common for the collector and the emitter. If we take this collector as a base, emitter and the bases are what? The inevitable common for the base. Here is the base is a common. The emitter is here, the collector is here. The output is here. This is input. This is the how the current is flow through this using transistors. Next is we are going to see about logic gates. Logic gate. Student, what is logic gate? What is logic gate? Can you tell me the property of logic gate? How many types of logic gate exist? What does it mean when we say logic gate? Please think over it. Logic gates are a tiny silicon chips which are attached combination of transistor and resistor. Logic gate is always the combination of transistor and resistors. We see the function of transistors, and also we know about the function of resistors. So this logic gate combines these together and perform its functions. A student, the typical have 2 inputs and 1 input. This logic gate has 2 inputs and 1 input. Output. 2 input and 1 output. So what happened to the outputs is determined by the situation at those inputs. For example, take AND gates. AND gates. We are going to see about the property of AND gates. Student, follow me. How the AND gate is performed by combined transistor and resistor. So the AND gate, the power supply for this by 2 wire. For AND gate, the power supply is by 2 wires. The 2 wires should be connected to this AND gate. One is laid at 5 volt. We can change this positive 5 volt, 6 volt, 10 volt, and like what you like. This is not constant, not fixed numbers. We can change it. So one is at 5 volt and the other is leg take at 0 volt. We say that AND gate is connected by 2 wires. The one wire is connected at 5 volts. The other wire is connected at 0 volt. For the input 0 volt, in case we say the input is take as 0. For input is 5 or 6 or 7 volt, in case we say the input is less 1. After this, we use 1 and 0 to represent a 5 volt and a 0 volt. A student, for this gate, the output is 1 if and only if both input is 1. If and only if both input is 1, the output should be 1. If and only if. Unless the other is what? 0. The other is 0. That means we get a light when input or the 2 wire is at 1. That means at high potential or 5 or 6 or etc. Let's see the truth table. Let's see the truth table. Look this truth table. Student, input A here, input B here, output is there. I say that the output is 1 if and only if both input is 1. Let us see this from this truth table. When input A is 0 and input B is 0, the output is 0 for AND gate. When the input is 0 at A, input at B is 1, the output is 0. When the input at A is 1, the input at B is 0, the output is 0. We have no lights. When the input is 1, input at A is 1, input at B is 1, the output is 1. There is a light live. Student, do you get the idea for AND gates? Excellent. Please practice by yourself the AND gate, let us summarize one for AND gate. This AND gate is connected by a two wire. One is at low potential and the other is at high potential. We can change this no matter. No matter. But for AND gate, the output is 1 if and only both input is 1 unless otherwise 0. G is for AND gate. The AND gate is act like two switches in series. When two switches are in series, when both open, the light is here. When there is no one is open, the other, there is no light. And then we see about the OR gates. OR gates. The OR gate. What's the property of OR gates? Does it have? The OR gate behaves like the same two switches in parallel. What happens when two switches are in parallel? Student, can you practice when the two wires are parallel? If you switch off the switches and switch on the switches, what you see? Now the OR gate behaves like the same two switches in parallel. The truth table for the OR gate is shown below. The output is always at positive 5, that is 1, except when both switches are at 0. That means we get 1 when one of them is 1 and 0 when both input is at 0. Look this one. Input A, input B, and there is output. Here there is 0 in input A and input B is also 0. We get output is 0. If the both input is 0, we get the output is 0, unless we get 1 for others. Here, the input at A is 0, the input at B is 1, we get 1. The input at A is 1, the input at B is 0, we get 1. The input at A is 1, the input at B is also 1, we get 1. Student, what can you conclude from this? Can you tell me the rule? How do we get the output? Let's try. We get the output is 0 if both input is 0. Unless we get what? 1. Look this one again. For input 0 and output input B is 0, we get output is 0. Unless we get what? 1. I think this is clear for you. Let us jump to the others. The NOT gate. As the name indicates that it is the inverse. That means it has single input and it is output always be always the opposite. For example, if the input is 0, the output is 1. If the input is 0, the output is 1. Let's see this one. Let's see this one. A 0 at input means 1 at the output. It is the opposite. If you have input 0, the output is 1. If you have input 1, the output is 0. We have a single input for NOT gate. We have a single input for OR gates. So the NOT gate has a single input and it is output always the opposite. That means a 0 input means a 1 output. Therefore, for NOT gate, we get 1 if the input is 0. And we get 0 if the input is 1. Look this table. Input is here, output is here. At input is 0, the output is 1. And from input is 1, the output is 0. This is for what? NOT gate. Because it is opposite. If the input is 1, the output is 0. If the input is 1, the output is what? 0. Then they are opposite. So let's see the NND and the NOR gates. There are final gates to consider the NND and the NOR gates. These are just the AND gate and OR gates. We depend on AND gate and OR gate respectively both the input is inverted. Student, instead of a 0, there is a 1. And instead of 1, there is what? 0. Look this truth table. Input A, input B. For int, we get 1 if both of them is 1. And let's input 0, output input at B is 0, and the gate is 0. Therefore, we get only 1 if both input A and input is what? 1. Now let us come to this one. It is N and D is the opposite of AND gate. N A and D is the opposite of AND gate. If AND gate is 0, it is 1. If AND gate is 0, it is for 0, it is 1. For 1 is 0. Since they are opposite. Look OR gate. OR gate is 0 if both of input is 0, unless it is 1. It is 1. Look, NOR gate. NOR gate is the opposite of OR gate. At 0 it is 1, unless at 1 it is 0. This is the truth table for given for NAD and NOR gates. Student, you should have to differentiate the way we can calculate or the way we can fill the truth table. And let's see the combination of the logic gates. Now we come AND, NOR, and OR. How can fill this blank? Student, can you practice by yourself? This is the diagram given for you. In exam, you are asking like this one, not like this one. If you are asking like this one, what P represent? If you are asking, say P, what P represent? The student, can you find the truth table for P? Because there is input is A, and input is B, and there is output P. The student, what is the value of P? Please find the truth table for the P. In the gate is what? 1. Only both input is 1. Look, ATP 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 1 0 0 1 0 1 0 0 1 0 0 1 1 1 1 1 1. If you feel like this one, you are right. Because in the gate, we get only 1 if both input is 1. Unless otherwise it is 0 for AND gate. P represents this one. What point Q? Point Q is this for OR. OR. So in case of OR, we get 0 if both of input is 0. Otherwise, we get 1. That means, look, 0 0 0. Point C. See, we consider B and C. B and C means this one. 0 0 0 0 1 1 1 0 1 1 1 1 0 0 0 0 1 1 1 0 1 1 1 1. Z is for OR gate. That is Q. Q. What is NOR gate? NOR gate, the opposite of OR gate. The opposite of OR gate. Here is 0 1 0 0. OR gate is 1 0 1 0 0 0. This is how to fill the table. Please practice by yourself in your home from your exercise book. The truth table is given for this symbol. Combination of this is given this one. Look, student. Point B is like this one. Point Q is this one. And the output is this one. If you do like this one, you are right. Look this. Consider the arrangement shown in figure 575. How does it behave? It says there is A input A and the input P. And the output for A is D, their input C, and there is AND. The output for AND is E. Input A, input B, input C. We are going to find D. And also you are going to find E. So depending on this, we are going to fill this blank. Student, try by yourself. So, in case of OR, I give information, hint. Hint. For OR gates, the output is 0. 0. If and only if both inputs is 0. Unless we get 1. Unless we get 1. We get 1. So, depending on this, you can fill for OR gates. In case of AND gate, we have 1 if both of them is 1, unless it is 0. Let us see for OR gate, depending point input A and the input B. So at 0, 0, 0, at 0, 0, 0, at 0, 1, 1, at 0, 1, 1, at 1, 0, 1, at 1, 0, 1, at 1, 1, 1. This is for OR gate. Now, D, we fill the D. We are going to depend on D and the C to find the output AND. Look, C and the D. For AND gate, we get 1 if both of them is 1. For 0, 0, 0. For 1, 1, 0, 0. For 0, 1, 0. For 1, 1, 1. For 0, 1, 0. For 1, 1, 1. For 1, 1, 1. Student, if you feel like this one, you are right. So, this is a truth table given for an examples. Look this one, like I feel now. It is the same what I feel now. Student, you are paying attention carefully. That is very nice. Please, what I advise you, please do more exercise. If you do more exercise, you become perfect. Unless otherwise, without doing an exercise, physics is nothing. Physics means doing always exercise. So let us summarize some point what we have seen today class. The formula that help us to find the output to the power of n. To the power of n. For input 3, we have to the power of 3, which have 8. Now count this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Because the NOR gate is not including this one. So the formula that help us to find the truth table is this one. That is what you learn in mathematics. That is why I jump to tell you, because you will learn in mathematics. Okay, let us summarize some point what we have learned today. Today we are going to see about p-type and semi-type, n-type semiconductors. In p-type semiconductor, when an atom which have 5 valence electron in most shell combined with certain atom, there is 1 electron is left, and this 1 electron is goes to the other atom, then n-type semiconductor is formed. In case of p-type, when boron atom or an atom which have 3 valence electron outermost shell doped with silicon atom, there is a lack of 1 electron. And a hole is formed. Therefore, p-type semiconductor is formed. And we see about transistor. Transistor has 2 types. The 2 types of transistors are p-type transistors and n-p and n-type transistors. And the transistors has 3 terminals. The 3 terminals of transistors are common base, common emitter, and the common collectors. This is the 3 terminal of the battery. And also we see about forward and the reverse bias direction. In forward, if positive terminal of the battery is connected to the p-type, we say that a forward bias junction. Student, we stop on this one. Next we start chapter 6. Until then, goodbye.